Hey everyone, it's Frank. Welcome to another DioramaWorkshop.com tutorial. We're going to be tackling Star Wars today, doing a Rebel laser tower for the Star Wars Echo base on Hoth. It's a level C diorama. It's children aged 5 and up. It takes about 20 minutes. So sit back, enjoy, and when you finish yours, send in your photos so we could add them to the visitors section. Here's a list of materials you'll need for the Rebel Laser Tower. Hi, Alistair.
Hi.
You ready? Okay, let's go. Grab the template that you found in the decals section and print it on your computer. You want to cut out the door template, and then after that you want to cut out the base template, which will go on top of your plate. So once that's done, you have the place center plate template and the cutout door template. First thing you want to do is you want to get rid of the rim that's on the plate because we want it to lie flat onto the surface of the table. So once you cut it all around it, you have a shape that looks like this. Then take the template, put it on the center of your plate that's flipped upside down, and take a marker, and you're going to draw lines that go from the middle to the edges with your black Sharpie marker at each of the little arrow indicators. Then you carefully remove the template, and you can then draw two little rectangles inside each of those little lines that you drew. Here you'll see Alistair being able to do his magic until you have all 5 filled in with those two little rectangles. The next step is to get your 16-ounce plastic cup. Now you take your door template, and then you're going to place it onto your cup. Make sure there's the same space at the top and at the bottom. And then you take your Sharpie pen and you're going to trace around your template until you have sort of like a rectangle shape. If your lines are too thin, you can just take the Sharpie and retrace over the lines you did to give it a thicker shape like this. Now you're going to take your cup, flip it 180 degrees, make sure that the top and bottom of the template are the same distance. And then you're going to take your pen and just as before, you're going to trace around all 4 sides. Then if need be, you take the pen, resharpen, or make it thicker, and then you'll get your second rectangle shape. One in the front and then one exactly opposite on the back. Now in between those 2 shapes, place your template again, make sure it's the same distance, and then retrace again. You know the drill, sharpen it, make it fatter. Unless you use a fat pen, then you only have to draw it once. And then take, for the 4th and last time, your template, retrace, rethicken, and then now you should have a cup with 1, 2, 3, 4 sides that fits exactly on top of your base. Now draw a line up and down, then a D shape, and then a black triangle. Then join the first line with 3 more lines to make a box. For this step, ask your parents to make a hole in the glass, and now you can use the scissors to cut along the left side of the lines. Flip the glass to make it easier to cut the rest of it. Then cut the bottom, and then cut the top, and then slowly, gently bend at the seam, and then there you have it. You have a door. Now take one of the rectangle shapes and draw a square at the top with a circle in it. You want to do the same shape for the 3 remaining boxes. Once that's done, you want to draw a straight line in between each of the rectangles to give you this effect. We're now moving on to the laser tower tops. So I went to Starbucks and found these 2 lids, a grande and a tall. And look at this, they fit right into each other. These lids go right on top of the laser tower. You just want to make sure that your sip lips or the sip holes are aligned so that you can see through them, just like this. Next, take your scissors and make an imaginary line across from the sip hole, and then twist the scissor and poke a hole in it just big enough for a straw to fit inside. Then take a straw, cut it at 5 inches, and stick it into the hole. Before attaching it, you want to flip the lid, take a piece of Scotch tape, and tape the straw to that little sort of like bump on the inside of the cup. Once that's done, take the hot glue gun, place a bit of glue on the inside edge of the grande cup, and then the tall one will fit inside. Now again, make sure that the sip lips are aligned so that you can be able to stick the spoon in later on. Your laser tower is almost done. Now grab your Sharpie again, and you want to draw a rectangle at the top lid and then one at the opposite side of the center of the lids. Next, measure halfway between what you just drew and the straw, and at the bottom, draw two little smaller triangles, and then the same thing on the opposite end. 1, 2. Now flip it upside down, and right at the back, you want to do those same two little rectangle lines. 1 and 2. Now take your hot glue gun, and you can glue the top to the cup bottom. And then use the hot glue and carefully place the bottom of the cup to the base of the plate. Grab a miniature cork that you find at the dollar store and poke it into the straw. Now take a plastic spoon that you could find at any dollar store or pharmacy, and you want to chop off the arm so that the rest of it can fit right into the hole of your lids. How cool is that? Now we're ready to paint. Just grab some latex paint, and you're going to be adding a lot of water to make it very runny, so that when you apply it like this, it's going to look sort of like oil dripping. So put some, a little here, a little there. It's you that decides where you want it to go. A little bit at the base maybe, some on top of the cork. You could put a little bit on the spoon or on the lid. And et voilà, as we say in French, your laser tower is ready to be displayed in its diorama. If you like action figures and diorama displays, visit Frank Diorio's DioramaWorkshop.com, your source for the best action figure display tutorials, including hundreds of display photos from your favorite films, step-by-step instructions for home building, including free blueprints, decal downloads, and Frank's live construction camp. For video tutorials, visit YouTube DWC, the official DioramaWorkshop.com video companion. And make sure to find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Diorama Workshop. See exclusive workshop pictures live as I build my dioramas before they appear anywhere else online.